Hello everyone, Anina Malherbe-Lan back for Vivid Earth. I wanted to bring you guys an update today. It's been another busy week, guys. Cash Patel was confirmed late yesterday. I hope you listened to that acceptance speech because it was quite moving. Anyone with a little bit of intuition can determine the difference between a fake touching speech and a real touching speech. Okay. That is as real as it gets. Okay. And Cash is going to make some big waves. So we've got a big week ahead. And I believe he's working this weekend as well. Pam Bondi is have on her desk the Epstein list, the JFK files, the MLK files. Now, not all of these things can be released at once, so don't be disappointed if it takes a little bit of time, but release they will. And this time they're not gonna, you know, they're not gonna cover things up. It's gonna come out. And I know a lot of you are frustrated and tired, and you think this is just another delay tactic. Give these people a break, guys. So much has happened in 2 weeks. Um, if ever you've run a company or you've run events or big projects, um, you can kind of relate to what they've done in the first month. It is dizzying what they have done in 1 month in this administration. So those of you that are impatient, you're not looking at the bigger picture. You're not looking at what is really going on. There is a certain timing for everything. And I just day by day realize the complexity of this operation and the shifting from the old guard to the new earth guardians. It's massive, guys. There's so many things that have to be unveiled, revealed, disclosed, demolished, audited. And this is in the US alone. And we are going to go, all the countries are going to go through this. And it's not slowing down. This is going to be a massive year. I know I've said it already, but it is going to be a year like no other. And it's only just getting started. This shift is going to pick up tremendous speed, sorry, in March and specifically April onwards. By July, we will have a little bit of a reprieve, a little bit of a break, a little bit of a celebration. I believe those are my personal opinions, along with many other people that I respect that I have seen are seeing a similar sort of sequence of events. So it's going to be quite intense, and there's going to be a lot that's happening. It's going to be dizzying. So what to do? Okay, what do we do? Well, we have to get centered and grounded because we are going to be the calm in the storm, and you're being called to be the calm in the storm. And that doesn't mean just parading around and letting everyone know that you know everything, that they're only learning now. No, it means you really grounding into Mother Earth, okay, and feeling exceptionally grounded and secure in who you are and in your spiritual practice, because this is the time that we'll be needing to reach into higher realms, okay? As we ground down to the earth, we connect with the cosmos as well. And we have to have practices in place that is going to ensure this ongoing grounding and that will allow things not to knock us off our center, and so that we can be there for others, so we can be the calm in the storm, because it's going to be a traumatic year for many, many people. This year is relentless about transformation. I already spoke about the year of the snake and what that entails. And this year is going to be, it's, many people say it's a 1 in 12,000 year kind of year, and the event that we are in is a 1 in 19 billion year event. It's the biggest event that Earth has ever experienced. that we're busy going through. But with regards to this particular year, 2025, it is all about transformation. And unless you surrender and allow it, it's going to knock you off your feet. So this is not about walking around and feeling very good about ourselves and us knowing everything and having been awake for so long. This is not what this year is about. It's about surrendering to the change and the transformation that we have to go through in order to lead the rest of humanity into the new earth, into the golden age. You were pulled out of the matrix and awoken early exactly for this reason. To be given this time to really get a grip on what's going on in the world, first of all, but second of all, really realize what your role in it is, realizing how powerful you are, realizing how much more there is than what we are seeing just on the surface. There's so much going on in the unseen world. And if we know this political madness that we're witnessing is just a movie playing itself out, perhaps we don't need to be there in every moment and following every single thing that happens. Yes, it's fun to see finally things shifting in the geopolitical sphere, but you have to also be careful not to spend too much time on that, because it is just a movie. It's going to unfold. We know how this movie ends. Okay, it's a very complex thing that's happening on Earth and a very exciting thing. But at the same time, you are given this time to go within, to work on your own transformation, because this is like, the caterpillar going within and almost dissolving itself completely, allowing that butterfly to be born. Well, this time is calling for you to birth that butterfly you. And it requires a totally different type of you to step forward. Not the type of you that was there in previous years. Not the type of you that were totally in the left brain, that were, firmly anchored in its ego, fully anchored into this earth identity. This year is going to call upon us to transform and to exit that type of living and enter a new era of living where we become our multidimensional self, where we kind of detach from the ego, we detach from the old ways, we detach from the old programming, we detach from the old expectations. We actually just surrender to the nothing, because that is the space that is made available for you to create a new you. So a lot of people are scared of that nothingness. They're scared to let go. They're scared to let go of all of the things that define them, whether it's their career, their social standing, their house, or all their properties, or all their possessions, or the way that they dress, or the way that they speak to others, that seemingly puts them in a position that they feel good about themselves, right? But that old feeling good about yourself is no longer going to work in the new era, in the new age, in the golden age, in the age of Aquarius. This calls for a massive transformation of who we are as humans, and realizing that that is just the illusion playing itself out on the surface. It's like, you see the tip of the iceberg stick out and, oh, that looks cool, that looks pretty, but there's so much more below the surface. And if you don't allow yourself to dive into that world and discover what it's really about, you're really going to prevent yourself from stepping fully into a multidimensional self. And that is what is very, very important this year. The speed at which things are going to happen this year, the rate of transformation of things around you and in the world is going to be dizzying. And it just watching it all unfold and adding to that to those kind of discussions. And if that's all you focus on, you're going to miss a really golden opportunity to transform yourself, because this is what this year's transformation is about. Not just transforming everything that we see on the outer world, on the world stage, but also how you function as an energy being, as an intelligent energy being, multidimensional. Remind yourself that you have other versions in higher dimensions doing amazing things, like other versions and your higher self. Do you not want to connect more with that higher self to unlock, your real gifts and your real mission? And, we can be so busy with what we are doing that we miss all of that. We can only access that in the stillness of our spiritual practice, whether that is meditation, a little gratitude ceremony you have every morning, whether that's an art like Qigong, anything that stills the mind and allows you to connect with the higher realms is going to allow you to develop your multidimensional self and let it blossom here on earth. Because we're also moving out of this 3D reality. Many people say we're not in it anymore. We are actually in fifth density already, but we just don't recognize it fully, and we kind of attach to the old 3D things, and that keeps the illusion alive. Yeah, because it is just an illusion. It's a game. It's a learning game. Earth is the most difficult Earth school, and the most in demand, actually. A lot of beings wanted to come here to learn, but not everyone could come. Only the bravest, only the ones with the most tenacity could come. Only the oldest souls could come to go through this experience right now, because right now is a very critical time on Earth. We are at the tipping point, moving from a 3D reality with a lot of duality and polarity into a higher dimension. And what we do here on Earth doesn't just affect us, it affects the entire universe. So it's like a surge of energy. It's like a raising of the vibration that affects everyone, each and everyone on Earth. Earth itself, Mother Earth itself, or herself. And she's a being as well. So she's not just, soil and trees and rocks. She's actually a living being with consciousness. And she wants to transform because she's been pillaged for years, treated very, very badly. So she wants to transform as well. And the entire universe will be affected by this raising of the frequency. The washing away of duality, which we are immersed in or have been immersed in for our entire lives. This is busy dissolving. So this is a very exciting time. I mean, there was a video that I shared on our Telegram channel, and just yesterday, this woman perfectly describes, actually, she was speaking to an AI chatbot. I don't know if it was ChatGPT or whatever, and asking about disclosure and what kind of disclosure are we going to be seeing and experiencing. And he mentioned, yes, there will be disclosure, and that all is going to happen this year. But the biggest disclosure is actually happening within you, within every one of our beings. Because once we realize who we really are, once we realize that we are multidimensional, that we're not limited to this earth plane, that we can come and go as we please, that we have infinite powers and abilities that we're completely unaware of, that we're not trained to use, that is the real disclosure. And I couldn't agree with that more. I mean, everything else pales in comparison with this disclosure. Because once humanity knows how powerful they are, that there's no external being out there that are bigger than them, we are fractal of God, and we don't answer to anyone. We don't answer to governments. We don't answer to other people pretending to be our masters, or these gods, or the Elohim, or whoever thinks they are worthy of ruling over us. We are completely sovereign. We were born sovereign, living men and women, and the only thing it took was for us to take back that sovereignty and to understand what it really means, to really understand what that means. And part of what that means is taking full responsibility for your life and not blaming anyone anymore. Yes, okay, we've been tricked and fooled and all of that. So what now? You're going to keep blaming the government, the Illuminati, the 13 families, or you're going to take control of your life and actually unlock all of the potential that you have to offer? Because that's the real stuff that they're hiding from you, how powerful you are. Because if you know how powerful you are, if you know that you are sovereign and you don't have to answer to anyone, you are a powerful force to be reckoned with. And they don't want that. So that is the biggest thing that they're trying to keep a secret from you. And they do it very well by distracting you every single day, in multiple ways, and by shutting down, you know, things like your pineal gland, and all of these things. They keep you in fight or flight, so that you can remain in your lower three chakras, and you can never push through and push through into the high realms and realize that you are one with the high realms, and you are just playing this game here on earth, and you're not this character. That's not you. You're actually a much bigger being than the character that you play here on earth. It's a part of you, but it's a small part of you. And there are so many other parts of you that are really, really powerful and interesting, and worth exploring, really. So I totally agree. That is the real disclosure. So let's not get lost in all the other geopolitical disclosure, because there is a much more exciting thing to unwrap, much more exciting disclosure to fully reveal. And that is what's happening within you. And as I said before, it requires training. It's not like, oh, one day I'll wake up and I can do telekinesis, or I can do psychic abilities, I can remote view. It's not that at all. You have to train. You have to train these abilities, because we haven't been taught them. If it was perhaps life on another planet, a higher dimensional planet, we would have been taught these things since we were children. In fact, they do come naturally when you're a child. All these creative right brain abilities, and the ability to access and interact with the unseen realms, they come naturally. So they train the kids from a young age to unlock these abilities, real life skills that they can actually use, not that nonsense that we learn at school. So we have a lot to catch up on, and it's not just going to come to you like magic overnight. You have to be very disciplined. You've got to train your mind, your body. You've got to train that mind so that it doesn't run away, uh, you know, and get distracted by all the things that are happening around you. You've got to really train it, because that is the doorway that you're going to use to access the higher realms. If the mind can become still and get to 0 point, then you're able to do all of those things, and you discover more and more the more and more you actually do it. So that is exciting, guys. I don't know about you, but that is about the most exciting thing that's happening right now. And we also have to be ready for all these things that are going to be shared here on this planet. Free energy, med beds, all of the disclosure, all of the incredible things this planet have to offer, stargates, portal travel. Um, I could go on and on. All these amazing things. We're going to have to be trained for that. We're going to have to grow up, realize who we are, be self-disciplined, be self-responsible, be spiritually evolved, if you will, Because we can't have a bunch of lunatics running around on this planet when all these things are released. It's not going to work. It's going to be chaos. Okay. And there's going to be a lot of irresponsible use of these things. So, with all of that, it's also cultivating a sense of unconditional love for everyone, loving kindness, as the Buddha called it. And now I've gone blank. What's the other thing? I've gone blank. But anyway, so you have to spiritually evolve to be able to unlock all these gifts. So the sooner we all do that, or the sooner enough of us do that, the sooner all of these things can be released. The wealth redistribution. People have to be ready for that. If this is still like a bunch of children running around in all directions and having no responsibility for anything, well, it's not going to be released. So we have to be the example for others. We really have to be the example for others by showing them how we live our lives and how innately just happy and content we are with our own spiritual growth and development, and that is not a small thing. It's the key to everything. It's the key to the new earth, because there is a new earth looming, but we got to be ready for it. And new earth wouldn't fully come until we're ready for it, because we are the ones actually creating it. We are creator beings, and we create our reality as we go along. I was just so shocked. Somebody in one of the groups that I'm in that's very focused on money and, have swallowed all the black pills that he could. I was just trying to tell him that, if you think things are going to be bad, well, it's going to be bad for you, but not necessarily for me, because we create our own reality. And I told him this is just the laws of quantum physics. It's like all it is, particle doesn't exist until you focus on it, until you observe it. And whatever you observe it with, whatever state of mind you observe it with, that's the shape it will take on. And so you really do create your own reality, like a multi-particle at a time, in every moment of every day, with every thought that you have in your mind. And I said to him, that is just that's just simple quantum physics. He's like, well, quantum physics, what is that? It's just another mumbo jumbo, and just get back to nature. And I'm like, what? It is nature. It's how nature's made up, and it's how nature's created. So if people don't know that, there's a lot of people that have a long way to go, guys. I know all of you on this channel, most of you are very awake and very on board with this kind of information. I know that I put a very wide variety of information out there, from politics, very straightforward, perhaps for people that are not that evolved spiritually, but they're all linked together. So it's time to explore all these avenues, because I'm not just going to cover geopolitics. I cover everything. Health and wellness, ancient civilizations, metaphysics, the mystical, spirituality. I cover all of those things because I believe all of those things are necessary and they form a part of our life. So I'm just going to focus on one thing and just tunnel vision you, because I believe that would be a big mistake. So I'm here to kind of stretch your imagination a little bit and stretch your brain a little bit. If I can, that would be my biggest honor, so that you can learn other things that perhaps you need to learn, because we have to catch up fast now. Like, we haven't been raised like young ones on other planets in higher dimensions. We've been indoctrinated for many, many years, and many of you have managed to break free from this, like I have. But many people have not been able to. So we need to help them and inspire them to look beyond the veil, to think about just what if, okay? And just have an open mind. Like, otherwise you are just like the sleepers, because they just believe one thing and they refuse to open their mind. Even if you are awake, or you think you're awake, still keep an open mind. Never fix your mind on one avenue, one thing. Don't ever fixate on anything as the absolute truth. Always keep an open mind, because we are evolving and growing so much right now that how can you grow when you have a closed mind? Now, I'm not saying you have to just follow and believe everything you see or hear, because you need discernment for sure. But at least keep an open mind, consider every possibility, and then see what resonates with you while keeping a neutral emotional stance towards it. Don't allow yourself to feel emotional about issues. You have to cultivate this neutrality, this sense of neutrality that will allow you to filter through information. Practice your own discernment and see what resonates with you, and use your intuition to really pin down what is the truth for you. Um, so just, always keep an open mind. That doesn't mean being indecisive. It just means considering all sides and all information. Some people get very good at using the intuition. They'll immediately get a no and tune out. But for me, I like to get an idea of what everyone is exposed to, everyone's point of view, everyone's development, because I'm just that macro kind of person. I love to see like macro trends and how people move and evolve and grow. And I like to watch those waves of consciousness. But some people are very narrow, and they feel they might get pulled into one direction or another. So we're all different in how we assimilate information, how we practice our own discernment, how we develop our own discernment. But just, if you have a quiet practice every day, you will develop that automatically. Obviously, you also need to be healthy. You need to eat healthy, move your body, and have a physically strong body vessel that is clear of toxins, that's not having a calcified pineal gland, removing the fluoride from your water and all the chemicals as much as possible. I know it's a challenge because we still be getting poison as we see the change happening. It's still there. The old guard are still spending, NASA over here in South Africa is still spending their last little bits of dollars to spray our skies. I mean, it's annoying as hell, but I'm not going to let that determine my own progress. Like, I can rise above all of that. I can move a chemtrail now just with my mind if I set my intentions. And you can too. So we can overcome all of that. Let's not focus on the negative. Let's not focus on all the crazy drama, because it's fun to watch, but tune out. It's like, I don't know if you remember watching TV when you grew up. Like, you could watch TV for 10 hours. Your mother had to like pull you off, in front of the TV, switch it off, take the remote. Like, that's the kind of addiction that the drama can have as well. It's just so fun to watch. But at the same time, it doesn't really develop you. Okay. It doesn't grow you. And you need to make time for that growth and development, that evolution of your soul. Because this is what is being called within us right now. So I hope you can ponder over that. Just give it some thought, see how you feel about it. And but this is the year that's going to either you can surrender to the change and transformation, or it will force you. And there might be some very dramatic things that happen in your life. And we don't really want that. We want a calm transition. We want to be open to change and transformation at all times. This life is not about stagnation ever. We keep moving, we keep evolving, we keep changing. We never stagnate. Even in the higher realms, you never stagnate. You always learn, you always grow, you always open yourself up to new experiences. So that's where we are. It's an exciting year of change. And just a reminder, we're doing an incredible retreat, a transformation retreat in July on the beautiful island of Mauritius in the Indian Ocean. It's a gorgeous, exotic, lush, tropical island. And our destination is one of those beautiful spots on the northeast coast, Grand Garb, and the hotel is called Lux in Grand Garb, and it's just a beautiful. It's like a luxurious but very pared down beach house vibe, and it's quiet. It's not, busy, and it's got the right atmosphere for transformation and healing, which is why I love it. Um, it is a luxury hotel. This retreat is a luxury retreat. It's for those that want to spoil themselves and allow their own transformation in a place that is beautiful and comfortable and luxurious. But there will be other retreats as well. So don't think, oh, it's not accessible to me. And we do different types of retreats, but my husband and I got a long history with the island of Mauritius, and we love it there. And we've uncovered every corner of the island. And I know it's a great place for transformation just by witnessing the energy there. And it just intensifies the transformation and puts you in a bliss state of mind, which, is just a really right environment for something like that. And you will learn skills that you can take anywhere. And I promise you, they will keep you grounded. They will keep you centered. They'll keep you calm. They'll keep you safe, because you learn safety is within this body vessel. There's a place that you can go to in this body vessel where you'll always be safe and you'll always be protected. But you've got to connect with it, and you've got to train your body on how to achieve that state. And so that is going to be invaluable for us to learn for this year. And I believe it's going to be a great help. We're going to do lots of meditation as well. And there'll be a lot of wisdom teachings. You'll learn about the ancient wisdom teachings of the Tao, Buddhism, and really just how to get through this year and take your body, mind, and soul to the next level, to the next dimension. So, yeah, if you're interested in the retreat, you can send an email to live@vividearth.org, or I'll have it on the Vivid Earth website as well as a blog post very soon. So I think by the time the video comes out, it'll be up. So you can look up what it's about there as well. And if you need any information, just email. And yeah, join us. Otherwise, apart from that, if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can reach more people, because this is the time that we will see mass awakening, and a lot of people will need a lot of support, and I'm here to offer that. And yeah, I don't sell anything on my channel. There's nothing to buy, and the channel is not monetized. So just share this content, because it is the third channel. It's just my sincere wish to help people during this time, and this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. The only reason I'm doing what I'm doing. So share and like. And don't forget to subscribe to my backup channel on Rumble in case anything happens with this channel. And what else? Subscribe to our newsletter, vividearth.org. If you just hover over the webpage, the newsletter box will pop up. Just put in your details there, and you'll keep updated on what we have going on. What else? I think that's about it, guys. Telegram. Don't forget to join us on Telegram to subscribe to my Vivid Earth channel, because that's an invaluable source of information. All of the drama and the political events you will see going on there, along with a sprinkling of inspiration and spiritual guidance as well. So don't forget to join us there. That's where we all stay connected on a daily basis. So anyway, that's it for now. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'm sending you lots of love.